put this away and let's cut a new piece of paper. Again, a 5 3/4. We did that same thing with the other one. 5 3/4 by an 8 1/4. Same thing as the other one. That's our new base. Okay, so let's get started. Why am I always here? I don't know why. This is in front of me. Okay, so we're gonna do loads of things, but first I'm gonna measure. I want to have an half inch in the middle left. So I first go see what the middle is. And then from here on, I'm just gonna make a mark. So I have left a half inch in the middle. Alright, that's my base. We definitely need that. You can go right away with a strip, half inch strip. That is maybe a good idea. That's maybe a good idea. Exactly. Do we have a piece that besides this? Well, we can use this one. I want a leftover piece, but I do not have that many long ones. Alright, then we can, oh, I can use this one. Why not? Why not use this one? It's not exactly half inch, but it's okay. It's okay. Nope, I'm just gonna keep with myself with a half inch. Okay, guys, stay focused. Focus. Okay, first we are going to start, same thing as the other one, with a half inch and a 1/8 for extra pictures. If you want, by the way. If you don't want, then you don't need to, of course, but maybe if you want. Did we use the last time a leftover piece? Maybe the other one, I don't know. But let me first do this one. Okay, so we just, well, you know the drills, but I'm still here with you. Okay, so the first fold line I have fold, then I'm just gonna go back in, make a mark, and let's cut this. I definitely need this to be away for a moment. Alright, now I'm gonna fold my 1/8. So we're gonna start exactly the same as the other one. We're gonna make a nice place for extra photos if you want. If you don't want, then that's totally fine. But I just give you the options. Yes, the options. Here we go. Here we go. Put that on your left, nice and straight. Then you're gonna push that down and peel the rest off. There we go. Why did I just make this? Okay. Stupid. Now I have to make another one. I'm just gonna check because I thought, yeah, I think we did use this leftover piece. So again, half inch and a 1/8. There we go. This one we don't have to measure because it is shorter. Okay. I think this will be the last activity thing that I'm gonna do with this box. I think when I'm done, I hope that it will be enough. I don't know. I have no idea. Here we go. But I know this Friday the last part will be online for my Crystal Bliss project. So do I have a deadline? No, I never have a deadline. It does feel sometimes, but I'm just keep telling myself that I don't have a deadline. If I am not ready, then I'm not ready, so I'm not gonna force me into doing things quickly. Nope. If I have more appointments than necessary in a week, well, it is what it is. If I don't have the time to finish a project, then that's totally fine as well. But I had to learn that myself. Yeah, now I really need to redraw this. Oh, yippee. Yeah, my mistake. My mistake. Okay. So, that it is. I think for our first thing we are going to use, yeah, I think we are going to make the first one also with the 160 gram. Okay, do we need to cut this a long way? Yeah, because I can't make two of these, can I? Can I make two of these? Let me measure that. That's, no, it's not. Let's, that's a 20, yeah, actually I can. I can cut two of these. So then we are going to do that. See, yep. I can cut two of these. Who fits exactly the same as our top base page. Here we go. Who is watching Christmas videos, Christmas movies? Well, the time that you will see this right now, I think Christmas is long gone. I have no idea. No idea when this is going to be online. But for me, it's just beginning of December. So I'm still in the vibe. Still have not have my Christmas tree on. We are going to score a half and a 1/8. I'm going to do the same thing with that other one right away. So a half and a 1/8. So, but it will be soon. Today it's 2nd December, so 3 more days. I think this weekend. This weekend I will put my tree from the attic. Alright, so this is our first. So put your hinge to the bottom till your mark. And I'm just gonna cut this on the mark. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing with this piece on the mark. There you go. Let's cut this. Can we not fold this? Nope, we are just going to cut this. Okay. Let's fold our 1/8. But I see so many houses, they have already their well, even my daughter has her Christmas tree in her bedroom. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. But I told you earlier, I love Christmas, but only for a few weeks, not a few months. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to do my Christmas decorations. I do not have that much, but what I have I'm very happy with. So, and then soon when Christmas is over, I actually want to take it all back again. Yep. All right, we're gonna place this down, peel this off. So that's the first, and then the other one, nice and straight. Peel that off. Okay, that's done. Always keep in mind that you are straight with when you open this up. Okay. Okay, cool. Next we're gonna grab another one, another page, which I am gonna cut actually exactly the same as the other one. So we're gonna cut this and we're gonna score. Same thing, 1/2 inch and a 1/8. 1/2 inch and a 1/8. Okay, and while we are doing that, I was thinking, can I not? Well, I was just asking myself, what am I watching lately on TV? I'm a series kind of a girl. So what kind of series did we recently watch? And which one we are now have started? Well, I don't want to focus too much on that issue because otherwise I'm going to make mistakes. So I will dig in that later, just to start a nice conversation, but I don't know if you want to know. Okay, so we have our little pieces here. Let me put right away tape on, because now I have folded this way, but actually I need to fold it back to make sure that I have the right size. Alright, fold it back. And now we are going to put this on that mark. And we're going to stay away from this fold line 2 millimeters away. Alright. And we can cut this down. Fold that back, that's 1/8, peel this off. And we are going to put this down on that mark, nice and straight. And there you go. We have 1 and 1. Okay, let's do that with this one. Fold everything back. Place this down. I'm just checking. Okay, place this down 2 millimeters away and cut this down. Here we go. Okay, do the same thing. And there you go. There you go. All right. Open this up. See where to which side. Yep, this is the side. All right. 1 down, 1 up. 1 up, 1 down. Okay, cool. We are far from ready. Stay tuned. Okay guys, first we're gonna work on this part right here. So I'm gonna grab this time the 120 grams. Let's see. I am gonna cut mine same size, this direction, and we can cut another one for the other side. All right, let's cut our pages. Check if these are equal. Yep, they are. All right, guys, we are going to give this a 1/2 inch. And I'm just checking real quick. This is on the inside. No, we are just gonna do a 1/2 inch. All right, 1/2 inch. Fold it down. Okay, add some tape on. Here we go. Okay. Let's place one side fully. And the other side, we're going to stay 2 to 3 millimeters away from the from the edge. Let's say a 1/8. Here we go. Add that on, guys. Add it on. Add it on. It's an add-on page. Something like that. Okay, gonna. Oh, I need to sneeze, I guess. Oh, okay. I don't know what I have today, but I pray that I will not catch the cold. I remembered last Sunday morning I take a shower, and then when my hair were not dry just yet, we went for a walk to my parents-in-law, and it was very windy, so I instantly regret that I did not wait till my hair was dry. But alright, okay, cool. So we have an in and out. Okay, what else can we do on this page? I can't do this without making another pocket here. I just can't. Sorry guys, I just can't. So I am gonna create another pocket. Alright. I'm gonna make it sideways. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, and then we make a notch. Yes, of course, we are gonna make a notch. Of course. We just love doing that. At least I love to do that. Oops. Hello. Okay. Cut the corners. Guys, I was just thinking about a series that we are recently started, so I do not know the end, but it's really worth to discuss this series. It's a Belgium series, and there is, at least what I know, one person that's a Dutch actress, and and actually it's the main reason why I came up with this series to watch. Yeah, I will definitely only have small pieces. So I am going to my 5th set. You will have plenty more because you did not mess up the journal that I did. So you will have plenty more. All right, this is going to be sideways. So if you're going to use a design with, for example, butterflies, then it will be better if you then add, I think I am going to use this. Why not? All right. But okay, so it's a Belgian series, and I love Belgians here because their humor is just, yeah, it's I dare to say it's more crazy than the Dutch humor, and Dutch humors are very, well, straight, and yeah, I just love it. But anyway, it's I only know, of course, the title in the Dutch word, but it's called Doodspoor. That trail, that lead. Anyway, it's called Doodspoor, and it's hilarical. It is absolutely hilarical. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it because the person who has the head roll, oh my gosh, how you call that? The most important person, where it's actually all about. He has a gift, and the gift is that everything that he put in his mouth, he gets visions about it. Something like the same visions other people get to solve cases. He gets that when he is putting something in his mouth. That can be food, that can be a finger, that can be a toe, that can be meat, that can be anything. So in the beginning I was thinking, oh my gosh, what am I watching right here? But it's so hilarical. It's so hilarical. I just want to say one scene that made me almost turn it off, but it's so hilarical if you're going to think about it. That's the moment when he put on a dead corpse the toe in his mouth, just to get those visions, to know what is happening with that body. And if you think about it, oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. So he also gets that when he kisses his wife, or goes down to the parts. Well, yeah, okay. It's so, when you think about it, it's hilarical. It is absolutely hilarical. And then all that together with the Belgian humor. Oh my gosh, I love that series. I can't wait to watch it maybe tonight further. It's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down because I don't think that we are going to do more on here. But yeah, that is one sample of a series that we are watching at this moment. Then of course a Dutch series. It's called Gooise Vrouwen. It's about women who lives in a very fancy neighborhood, a very wealthy neighborhood, and then with all the hilarical things. You can imagine it a little bit with Sex in the City, but then a little bit different. And then very much with Dutch humor. I love it. They made so many episodes already, and so many years, and also a few new movies already. I just love it. I love the humor. It's absolutely stunning. Anyway, so those are the two ones that I am watching right now. Stay away a little bit from the fault lines, guys, always. And maybe I told you earlier, but we never watch a series just one and then straight to the finish. No, we always have two Dutch speaking series and two English ones, and then sometimes we have a program with game issues or voting things or fight things, something like that, mostly with I call that actors or presentation people living on an island and then needed to do some games to get further and further, and then each day they needed to vote someone out, something like that. A little bit like Big Brother, but then totally something different. You get the picture. Alright, this goes to the left and this goes over. So this, yep, I think this is enough. I'm gonna do exactly the same with this one right here. Exactly the same. So again, I'm gonna grab the 120. I'm gonna cut my pieces exactly the same as we did with the other one. So that is not that difficult. So I will see you in a second. You know, I always get into my leftovers to see if I have a piece that fits for the back. I just always do, guys. I always check. And most of the time you will find a piece that fits marvelous. Yeah, call me cheap, but I don't think it's cheap. I just think it's, why waste papers if you have little pieces that fit? Just use it. Use every little piece that you can use. Stay away from the fault line. And there you go, your pocket is done. Here we go. Okay, what else can we do with this page? Here we go. Use it up. Just always use it. Alright, that one is done. And this one is done. Okay, so we have this and we have this. Okay, so this goes on here. So on here we are not gonna do anything. So now we're gonna flip this open and let's focus on the inside. Okay, grab 121. What are we going to do? We are going to make a fold line. Yeah. We're just going to make a fold line here and here. Here we go. Okay. always stay a little away from the fold lines, guys. Always. Always. Let's turn this page. And then we're gonna make a mark. Oh, wait just a sec. Wait just a sec. This is the bottom. Well, or this one is totally. I think this is the easiest way. But if we do this, then we can use two. Wait just a sec. Alright, so I have a long hinge. Put that to your right. And then make a mark. Yeah. That is better. Okay, make a mark and we score and cut. Here we go. Yep, that. And then the bottom. Okay, and then we make a mark here, and that we are going to cut. So actually we made a big pocket, total pocket. And I'm going to show you. Here we go. Okay, a full pocket we have. That fits on here nicely between all the fold lines. Alright, I even think that I could have made this one a little narrow, but we can do that. We can change that a little because I don't want to bump into the other pages. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, grab your pencil and we're just gonna draw. Let's see what we can make. I want to make a folio pocket, just a nice and small one. So let's see, how about 1 inch here, because normally it's a portrait style, but this one is a landscape style, and we're gonna make a 2 inch here. So let's just draw this from mark to mark. Let's see how that looks. Okay, not that bad. Shall we make it this a little lower? How about a 1.5? Yeah, I like that better. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut off the drawings. So I have 1.5 and 1 inch. And then I'm just going to cut this off. And then I have my pocket. Alright, that's very cute. Now you can do the same thing with the other one. Absolutely, oh, I have it here. The same. Again, a big pocket. And I wanted to say we can use the same measurement, but please check. Stay away from the fold lines. Alright. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, and now this time I want it the opposite side, so I'm going to start with the 1 inch on this side and the 1.5 right here. So again, I'm going to cut this off from mark till mark. Here we go. That's it, guys. 2 nice pockets. Okay, put this away. I have way too many black pieces right here on my desk, so let me clean that up. Put that away. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, let's start first with this one. Maybe it's easier to first do the design paper on. I think that is easier to do that first, because now you have this in front of you. Okay, let's see. So we have, well, all colors fits with each other. I think I will go with the blue nicely on the inside. Yep. So how to cut a pocket with another angle is actually not that difficult, but okay, so you're just gonna make your 2 marks, same thing as we normally do. All right. Then place this on top as we normally would glue it on, and then you will see that your cutouts, like here we have that angle, now you can make 2 marks, and then you have your perfect fit. And then you're just going to cut it from mark to mark, and that's it. That's it. Maybe you can decorate this a tiny little bit if you want. If you want, of course, that's totally up to you. Okay, glue it on, and let's do the other one exactly the same. Definitely does not need to be difficult. Here we go. Yes, cool. And then of course you just can put this in the right spots. I think this was the other one, wasn't it? I think it was. Here we go. Stay away from the fault lines. Sometimes it's so hard to see those fold lines, especially black on black. Here we go. Yes, okay, and then the other one, yep, it's all doing the same. Here we go. But I thought it would be something else for a change. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, next step, I'm gonna grab again a 160 because I want to have some sturdiness. Yeah, I think I also can use it this way. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so we're gonna cut this again the same. Yeah, we are not done. Nope, we are not done. We are just continuing. Alright, so cut this the same size. And let's make a 1/2 inch. I'm trying to think. Okay, so we have here that 1/8, and we have here the 1/8. But it's actually yeah, we definitely need, and I think even more than a 1/8. I'm gonna do an in-between. You all know what that means, doesn't it? So that means if you want to score now a 1/8, I definitely want to make a little larger than a 1/8, but also not a 1/4. Alright, I want to have this. That is my in-between. Let's do that again. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to move this on a mountain. If you have a scoreboard, then I think you know what that means. Instead of the groove where you normally score, I'm going to put my fold line on a mountain. And then I'm going to score a 1/8. And then I will get that in between. So it's going to be a little larger. Okay, fold it. Fold it. Okay, we are going to add this on top here, but I want to have this a little larger because this, I want to have this on. So we're definitely gonna leave a black edge at the bottom and a black edge on top. Okay, so if I would do this, then this is the perfect size to cut this. So just put this on here and see how far. Yeah, it's just a little over, but that's okay. That is okay. So I am gonna cut this one down. I'm not gonna measure for you because you just can grab a tack, put that on your white. See when you have a black edge, and then you're just gonna make a mark so you will have a black edge, not a black match on that side as well. Okay, that is my perfect fit. See, so it's a little over. Just a little tiny bit. Okay, let's fold this. Let's fold this piece. Here we go add some tape on, and then what? Then we're gonna add a waterfall on it. Yeah, because those images are way too beautiful than only used once, in my opinion. So, alright, so we made that space on the inside. So I'm just gonna grab this. So if I put this on here and it flips down, then I want to have my waterfall on here. So put everything away and let's make a nice waterfall. So I'm gonna tell you what size, in my opinion, is the best size. So I'm just gonna make a cut first. I'm gonna tell you what size this would be. I even don't know if all the tags are the same size. I'm gonna check that out, but I'm just gonna have now this one. Well, I need to check that out first. Are they all the same? This one is. Check, 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 check. This one is as well, so we have plenty. I think this one is as well. Good job, Diane. Good job. Also, not always. I just know that not always is the same measures. Alright, I'm gonna make the fold line. Again, I'm gonna put my tag on. I'm gonna make a mark. And this should be the perfect size. Again, I'm gonna check. Could be a little closer to all edges. See that? Could be. I never want too big black edges. Just a fraction of a black edge I like to see. But that's totally my personal interest. Alright, so what size did I use? So it's a 338. A 338. And it's actually tiny little bit a plusje. Tiny little bit larger than a 338. It is really a tiny bit, because if I do my folding, then it's a 278. So if I have my score line right here, then it's definitely a 338. Okay, 338 by a 4 by 4. That's my size. How many? Let's calculate that together. So just put 1. Just put 1 on your... Oh, this actually need to fit, of course. Oh, I hope. I manage this. Okay, it's very narrow. It can be cut a little. Okay, just a tiny little. Which one is that? That's this one. Yeah. Definitely do not cut this larger than a 4. I'm even gonna go. It is absolutely a 4. You just please measure if it fits, but make it just a tiny little bit smaller. Okay, so that is that. And now we can measure how much that we, yeah, this fits now way better. Too small for. So we can measure how many that will fit. Just put one on the side, and then we can do just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can. So we're gonna cut 12 in total. Okay, let's do that. 338 by a small 4. We can do this. Hello, brand new day. So I'm gonna continuing with my waterfall. So I was telling you that this is gonna be up, and if you're gonna flip it down, then you will see your waterfall. So I have my 6 pages, my 6 pieces that I want to add on here. Okay, with which one do I like to start? I am absolutely obsessed with this one, but this one is also very cute. No, I'm gonna stick with my plan. So we are going to add these as low as possible, so we're gonna stay away as far as possible with the fold line. So we're going to start with number 1. Here we go, and then okay, so we have 2 journalings. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm just going to place this on here, and with this one I'm just gonna stay away just a fraction of a millimeter away from the fold line, so I will end up a little wider, but it's just, and absolutely also to save the bulk. So in each order you like to see this, so I'm just gonna keep going. This is a little odd. This is, or I have my piece totally miscut, or this one is not straight. Okay, then I'm gonna wait with that one, just checking with the next one. I'm just going to keep an eye on the bottom here, and then I'm just going to place it down. Then it should be perfect. See, it's a little crooked, but this one is not absolutely straight. So the most important thing is that this, when this flips back, is straight. So that is the most important thing. So I'm just going to line it up at the bottom, not looking further to anything else, because that is important. This is just side effect. I'm going to save the best for last. Okay, last one. There we go. Bunch it down. Here we go. You always can add a small strip here in between. I love to do that, so I'm definitely gonna do that before I'm gonna put this in, but yep, I like it. Alright, so we can put some decorations on, but I'm not sure if we want... Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I do like that this is holding it down with something. So I'm just gonna see with what. But I'm first gonna do the strips first. Yep, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm not gonna make a closure. Why? Because everything is already in a place. So I'm not gonna do that. Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna put this in my page. This one comes at the bottom. There we go. Burnish this down, and then of course I still need to decorate this piece right here. Yep, and we just can flip this. You don't need the closure. Why? It's no need. Alright, so this flips nice. Flip it back, flip it back. So at the end, this flips down and this flips down. And this opens. Yep, everything works still very nice. Okay, now this one goes up. Okay, so this one goes up. So my waterfall on this side, I want these this direction, of course. Alright, so start with the most favorite one. That's this one in my case. And with this one, I'm gonna line it up at the top. Here we go, and we're gonna go further with everything else. Same thing as we did with the other one. Just make a nice little flippable waterfall. So you still can add small pictures on your left, or you can write something down. I always like to do that. I don't know if there are people who like to write in a diary. I used to do that so often, and recently we are cleaning out the attic. Bit by bit, not in one day, but bit by bit, and I came across a box with all all the letters that I wrote to myself these days when I was in high school, when I was the school before that, and yeah, it was just hilarious. I wrote one episode that I had a fight with a with a girl, and that girl still is my not my bestie, but a good friend of mine. It's just hilarious. It is just hilarious that I wrote down a complete fight that longs a week, I guess. And that now these days we still are friends. Oh God, I love that. Okay, just gonna pick where is my pencil, a piece of paper that would fit. And then we just can cut down these little strips. 5 of them we need. And you definitely need to cut these smaller than your space is. So I'm definitely gonna cut these smaller than 1/2 inch. So it fits nice. All in between. There we go. And of course I'm going to smooch the edges, but how fun it is. How fun. Even a very small, it was a very small notebook that had smell paper, good smell papers with all different pastel colors. I really love that small box, and I think it was a kind of a Japanese little notebook. I don't know exactly, but in there I also wrote a couple of things in my life that happens, and even the smell was still the same. All pages just smelled so good, and it's just a step back in the past. I don't know. I was thinking, do I still need to keep these? Because maybe the next 20 years I will not see this box again. But I couldn't. I just couldn't, and I just put it all back in the same box, and maybe in the next 10 years or maybe 5 years I will clean up the attic again, and then I again will see that box and read some pages. Maybe someday I have more time and I will pick up that box and I'm gonna read every page in it. I don't know. I also know that when my daughter was born, I also grabbed a notebook and I wrote, not every day, but the most important funny things, sad things that happened in her first year, I wrote down. Even that if she had a bad day with pooping or eating or whatever, or she was in a bad mood, she cried all day, or was in a happy mood, I wrote it down for the first year. Even that she put hands in my painting thing when I was painting the walls, and she put both of the hands in there. Oh my gosh, I will put all the clothes away in the trash. So yeah, those funny things I wrote down, and she knows that. Sometimes she tells me, when do I get that notebook? Well, as soon as you are going to move out, you will get that. But it's just funny. It's just funny. I have something similar for my son, but not as detailed as with my daughter. I don't know exactly why. Maybe your firstborn child is all, yeah, is a little bit different. I guess. But with the second one, I just knew that I needed to do something like that. So the first one, everything was new, everything was excited, and some certain things I didn't think of that. All right, I do have here the tape, which I don't want to see. I definitely don't like to see this. Can I not burn it away? I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so as I told you, these pages are a little bit bigger than the first one. Alright, if you are thinking, why did I make actually this piece, it's because if you're gonna flip this and you put this too close to each other, it does not fold nicely. Definitely not. But look how cool this is when you unfold everything. Look at that. This one and this one. Oh my gosh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, it unfolds everything so nice. I love it. Cool. Yeah, look how nice and thick this is already. All right, so yeah, I think this is the final. I think that is thick enough. Nah, I'm definitely gonna do something else on here. Maybe a nice pocket with a swing tab, or a envelope closure, and then that will be the last. And let me see, this one has this closure. I definitely don't want to bump into this one, because these are going to be in a cover. So I think I like these on the side, maybe. Definitely want to make a nice closure. Not bumping into each other. Do my best to do that. That means that I need to have these on the right side. And of course this we have. We also can make a large fold out. So this also stays, but I didn't, did I? Yep, I also have that with this one, totally closed. Okay, so I know what to do. So we can go around it, or we can do the same thing with the other one on here. But then we are going to bump into. All right, so not done just yet.